Hi everyone, and welcome to my fitness channel Move with Mo. Thank you for joining me once again, and today's hot topic is calories. Now, there's been so many debates recently around calories. What are calories? Why are they important? Why are they not important? Should we measure them? Should we not measure them? It's good to measure your calories. It's really harmful to your health to measure your calories. It brings up all sorts of debates and issues surrounding this. So I just want to clarify the issues today, and also give you my opinion on the topic. So first off, it's important to get some sort of definition of what a calorie or what calories are, right? If you think of your body as a machine similar to any vehicle which you use, your body needs fuel, okay? Your fuel is your food and liquids which you put in through your mouth, in layman's terms, okay? That is what gives you energy so you can perform your everyday tasks, so you can literally move, right? This similar to what a vehicle or car would do. You put petrol or diesel into that car and then it functions. It's, in very simple terms, the exact same process with the body, right? So calories is simply a measurement of that energy. If you look at any food label, any drink which you have, you look on the back of the packet, the first thing it will say at the top is energy, and then it will have calories or kilojoules next to that. And that's a measurement of how much energy that food will provide you with. Okay, so your body, to maintain its weight, I'm sitting around about 100 kilos. So if I was completely happy with my weight, I would always have a base level of how many calories, how much energy my body needs to maintain its weight and to function in my everyday life. Okay, now when it gets into debates of I want to lose weight, I want to gain weight, that's when calories start to become important. Okay, so very basic terms, if you want to lose weight, you need to go into a calorie deficit, which is reducing the amount of calories your body needs to maintain its weight. If you want to gain weight, you may need to go into a calorie excess or calorie surplus, which is eat slightly more, not too much more, slightly more than what your body actually requires to maintain its weight, so you can actually put on some weight. Okay, just to clarify an issue, to go off on a tangent a little bit here, so many people now are talking about, oh, it's not important to measure your calories, it's harmful to your health, it's obsessive, and it brings up all sorts of disorders for people with anorexia and bulimia and all the rest of it. Now, I'm not disregarding that for 1 minute, right? If you are one of those obsessive people, if you have suffered or are at risk of suffering some form of anorexia, bulimia, bigorexia, or some form of disorder surrounding food, then measuring calories is probably not for you. However, the bigger picture, the UK now has over 50% obesity rate. Okay, that is fact. And this is where those people who want to be, let's face it, really wishy-washy around calories, those people are simply not looking at what the facts are stating. Now, for people like myself who say it is important to measure your calories, or at least track them, have some sort of sense of how many calories and how much energy you're putting into your body, you're literally saving people's lives. There's 50% of the population that are overweight. Now, I'm not disregarding anorexia and all that, but it's not at the same percentages as what obesity is. So at this stage of our lives, it's very important to try to get the population to reduce their weight, right? Those people who are claiming that, oh, I don't need to measure my calories because it affects my mental health. Let's face facts, majority of them are not happy with their physiques, right? If you're not happy with your physique and you're thinking, I need to lose a bit of weight here, how the hell are you going to do that if you don't know what you're putting into your body, right? It's very simple. If you perform any task that requires, if you know how much money is in your bank account, if you don't know, how much money is in your bank account, and you're taking out your plastic credit card and you're going to pay for something, how do you know if you can afford it or not? It's exactly the same thing with your body, right? If you are overweight, if you have excess fat on your body, that is not your genes, that is not the fat cell in your body, regardless what doctors tell you. That's a choice, right? Let's assume for 1 minute, I don't really believe the fat gene thing is a thing which doctors claim, but let's assume for 1 minute that it is true. Let's say I'm more predisposed to putting on fat, I have the fat gene in my body, right? I can control that by what I put into my food, into my mouth, sorry. I can 100% control that. Similar to if somebody said you're at risk of heart disease, therefore you shouldn't smoke. If you choose to smoke, you will be at a greater risk of heart disease. That's your choice, whether you choose to smoke, right? Putting food, we're not in a country where we're starving and where we don't have food choices. We have that opportunity. We are at an advantage to majority of the rest of the world. We choose what we put in our mouths, right? If you tell me that you're overweight because of a fat gene and you do not exercise, you do not know how many calories you're putting into your body, you do not make good food choices, you don't go for daily walks, you don't track your steps, you don't do any of those things, you don't track anything, you haven't made an effort, yet you claim it's because of a fat gene, then you know what, you're in denial. That's simple fact, and I can't help you unless you try to help yourself. Now, that being said, you can see which side of the fence I'm sitting on now. Is very, very important. I believe that if you want to lose weight, if you want to gain some muscle or put on weight, you know where you are. You know how many calories you're putting into your body, right? That is number one rule. So if we talk about fat loss right now, okay, I want to lose 10 kilograms over the next few weeks. Let's use that as an example, right? I weigh 100 kilos, fine, okay. I need to look at my food, right? We don't need to calculate anymore. There's loads of apps. You just need to download one. It's got all the calculations in there. It doesn't even matter if that app is slightly off, where one app is tracking calories better than the other. Just choose one which you feel comfortable with. Choose one you like the look of. Me personally, I just go simple, MyFitnessPal, right? Doesn't matter if the calories are slightly off, okay? End of the day, if you're looking to lose weight, put your food in there, it will measure it for you. You don't need to be a scientist these days. We're at that advantage in the technological era where everything is pretty much done for us, right, at the click of a button. So track your calories that way. It will tell you as you're losing weight if you're on the right path or not, right? Generally speaking, a pound of fat weighs around about 3,500 calories, okay? It's a measurement again, right? So to lose weight, if you want to lose a pound of fat a week, let's say, then take 500 calories off your diet every day. Over the course of a week, that gives you 3,500 calories. That's where doctors got that figure of take 500 calories out of your diet from, right? Similarly, if you want to gain weight, you just do the opposite, right? For those people who are happy with their physiques and you don't need to go up and down in weight, then fair enough, okay? But it's still good to know how many calories you're sitting at. Now, when you start to exercise, obviously you're going to burn more calories as well. You're going to go into more of a calorie deficit, right? Tracking your calories is the base. Once you have that, then you start looking at your macros and micronutrients. Now, what are macro and micronutrients? So macros are your proteins, carbs and fats. Quite often people say, I want to lose weight, what's the best protein shake to take? And you're like, hang on a minute, how many calories do you actually take? What's your food like? I get them doing a food diary, very, very simple, so I can see what they're eating, right? Once you get into tracking your calories and you know where you're sitting, if you go into a calorie deficit, then as you start to lose fat, what you're looking to do is change your body composition. What that means is your fat level might be here, you want to bring your body fat down, you want to bring your water retention down, but you want to maintain some degree of muscle mass and potentially even increase your muscle mass, which is a good position to be in. That's called body composition, okay? There's no such thing as toning up. You can't exchange fat for muscle. They're two different elements that exist in your body, okay? So if you want to lose weight, and by losing weight, what you mean is lose fat and also tone up, right? If you want to tone up, then what you're saying is you want to strip away some body fat and water retention and potentially put some muscle on. That will give you that nice shape. Whether you're female or male, it works in exactly the same ways, okay? So to do that, talking about food, you measure your calories, you go into a slight calorie deficit, okay? That starts to bring your body fat levels down, right? From there, if you're not happy with the shape and you start to see, actually, I would like, as a guy, I need bigger shoulders, or I need a bigger chest, or I want to grow my biceps, or as a female, I'm generalizing here, but I want to get better shape on my legs and stuff, then you start looking at your macros. Now, if you want to change your shape for the better, what you're looking at performance levels. You need to then increase your protein intake. You need carbohydrates for energy stores at certain times of day, particularly around your training, and you need good fats, right? Along those lines, you also have micronutrients, which are your vitamins and minerals, and that's very important that you take care of that as well. So you can see everything around this is around calories, right? Everything is a measurement of calories, right? 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, right? Proteins are essential to the body, fats are essential to the body, carbohydrates are not essential to the body, but they're very, very useful if used in the correct way, okay? So point number 1, track your calories. Once you've started to move in the right direction of gaining weight or losing weight, you start to look at your body composition. Point number 2, you start to adjust your macronutrients. You start to pay more attention, to your proteins, to your carbohydrates, to your fats. Okay, that's the very basic rule of thumb. Like I've said, just on the last point, when it comes to calories, those of you who say it's not important to you, if you're in shape, then great, fantastic, carry on. But if you're giving me that argument and you're not happy with your physique, then you're in denial, okay? Because calories is number 1. It's like, if I have to put petrol in my car and it's £70 for a full tank, and I want to drive, I know that takes me 400 miles, and I want to drive 450 miles, I know that at some point I'll need to refuel and top up, okay? If I put £70 full tank in the car and I know I only need to drive 200 miles, I know that I'll have £35 left over in the tank, okay? Now, we do it in everyday life when it comes to topping up your Oyster card, when it comes to looking at your bank account, when it comes to looking at your bills, when it comes to literally anything in your lifestyle, right? Even tracking your journey times and all that. Yeah, when it comes to food, which is one of the most important things to the quality of our life, I don't need to do that. It's not important. No, yes, you do. You're in denial if you don't do it, okay? The reason why I'm very straight down the line with this, because 50% of the population is obese, right? In layman's terms, that means you're fat, right? But for some reason, us personal trainers, we're not allowed to call someone fat. Now, when I say you're fat, right, I'm not trying to criticize you as a person, right? But if you go to a doctor and you get measured, the doctor will tell you you're fat. The doctor will tell you need to lose weight, but you don't seem to like it. But it's okay to call someone skinny. It's okay to say to someone, you're too muscly. It's okay to say to someone, you're too hairy, and this and that and that. But if you say to someone, look, you're holding a bit more body fat than what you should, because that's not good for your health, that will cause you problems potentially in the future, so I'm doing it for your benefit, right? All of a sudden, I'm criticizing people and I'm being offensive. No, I'm not. I'm helping you, right? It's very, very simple. People need to get off their pedestal of what they think they've learned and all the rest of it, what they think they know, because they've taken some protein shake or some supplement or some fat burning cell that is going to help them, and they have the fat gene and they have a thyroid that's underactive, yet they sit down all day, they live a sedentary life, they don't get up and they don't go for walks, they're not physically active, they eat whatever the hell they want, they eat too much, they drink too much, but it's the fat gene. You see where I'm going with this? Okay, guys, bring it all back. Let's get back to basics. The solution is track your calories. Once you start to shift that weight, if that's the way you want to go, or you want to gain the weight, then go into a calorie surplus slightly, not too much. Track it so you know exactly where you're sat. And then from there, if you want to start to improve the shape of your body, the look of your body, you start getting into body composition, then you can start to pay more attention to your proteins, carbohydrates and fats. Okay, that's the base where you want to start with. If you've got any questions regarding that, just feel free to leave me a comment, or if you just want to comment in general, just pop it below. Once again, thank you for watching. Look out for my next episode on nutrition.